Hey guys, this is my first live video. I'm hoping that the microphone is working. Two things before I get started. I want to tell you, since I get a lot of questions about what I eat during the day, can you give me an example of your, weekly menu, etc. So I want to tell you, I have an Instagram account. It's Rise and Sprout with the underscore. And I also have a Facebook page, Rise and Sprout. And I share on the Facebook page all of my family's favorite recipes, the things that we eat on a regular basis, that are tried and true, that I know other people who are not vegan, who are not whole food plant-based, can enjoy it. So when you go to my Facebook page, they're all under the photo albums. So if you click on photos, then you click on see all, and all of the photo albums will pop up. I have main dishes, breads and muffins, beverages, and a bunch of other things, dips and gravies and things like that. So that's how I eat. I eat my smoothies in the morning, sometimes at lunch, if not leftovers, from dinner the night before. And dinner, I make a whole food plant-based dinner with lots of fruits and vegetables. And that's how I eat. So go there to get some inspiration. And if you have any specific questions, then you can ask me. So also, I've been wanting to try going live for a while, only because I've been wanting to make more videos, but it's so time consuming to make them because you have to record it, edit it, and then upload it and all of that stuff. And so I figure if I just go live, then I'm not gonna get in my head with, oh, I need to redo that. It is what it is, and I'm more available to make videos. So this is my first live video, and hopefully, again, that you guys can hear me. So this morning I had some really deep feelings that I was having just in wanting to help people understand how I can stay so consistent and what my why is. Why I eat the way that I do and why I've decided to eat the way that I do. So I wrote it all down this morning. So I'm going to be reading it a little bit just so that I can stay on topic with what I'm trying to convey. But I get a lot of questions by people, how do you eat the way that you do? How can you stay so disciplined, so consistent? So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So many of you, if you've listened to my other videos, know that I started this journey because I was having rheumatoid arthritis. I was in a lot of pain. I was depressed. I couldn't do a lot of things that I used to be able to do. And I was kneeling in prayer, constantly seeking for answers. How do I need to change, whatever it is that I'm doing? Why am I sick? Trying to figure all of that out. And I don't think that I would have gotten to that point had I not been in so much pain. Pain is a really big motivator for change. And so sometimes we have to go into our lowest of lows before, we're willing to change. And so I was praying about this and I received answers, not, all at once, like this is everything that you need to do. But I received line upon line, a little bit at a time, what I needed to do and where I needed to start. And so all of that, is in my other videos about my healing journey. But today I wanted to talk about that I was given a greater conviction to stick with what I was doing because it was an answer to prayer. God was showing me what I needed to do. And so if I was going to listen and have faith, unwavering that He knew what I needed, then I was going to stick to it. And if I didn't, how would I know that what He was telling me was right if I didn't listen 100%, if I, gave in? And so that's kind of where my journey started. But for those of you who are just coming on, I'm reading a little bit of this because I wrote it down this morning before I went to the gym so that I would know when I came back what I wanted to say. So that's where my journey started, but my journey ended up being so much more than that. It's not just about the food. So for me, I was learning and discovering who I was, learning to love myself for who I am. And a lot of that happened, through my self-care, finding out what my hobbies were, because I used to have everything that I did was revolved around my family. And so learning about self-care and understanding, those things that bring me joy outside of serving my family and my children was huge. That helped me learn, what I like, what I don't like, who I am. And also meditation helped a lot, which I have videos about that. But like I'm saying, I am a Christian. So, some of you may not be and some of you are, but I'm just expressing my journey and how I came to this. But I always grew up as a child, hearing and being told, that I'm a child of God, that Heavenly Father loves you, that Jesus Christ loves you. So I always grew up knowing that, but, and I'll probably get emotional during this, but it wasn't until this healing journey that I came to understand how true that was, that I believed it with all my heart, that I knew that was true. So bear with me as I describe how this relates to how I'm able to do what I do consistently on a daily basis. I want you to think about all the people who you would describe love you. Okay, whether that's your parents, your spouse, siblings, friends. Think about the love that they have for you and how you know that they love you. Now think about all the people who you love. Your spouse, your kids, your parents. And think about how deep that love for them that you have goes. Are you willing to do anything for them? Sorry, I lost my place where I was. I'm reading a little bit of this so that I don't get lost, but I just did. Anyway, so now I want you to think about how God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son for you, for me. Jesus Christ loved me enough to die for me. And he sacrificed his life for me. And this makes me think about one of Lauren Daigle's songs where she says, what have I done to deserve love like this? I'm just normal little old me, Tana, living in Texas in the United States. I'm not anything special, but he thinks that I am. And he showed me by dying for me. So I came to this realization that his opinion was the only one that matters. Nobody else's opinion matters but his. And we live in a world, that is bombarded by so many opinions. But I realized that my body is a miracle. It is rare. Okay, there's nobody else like me. So I want to take care of what I've been given. And in our world, we're told what we should look like, how we should talk, what we should wear, how we should parent, how to be the best mother. We're told that our worth is based on all of these superficial things that the world has set as a standard. So then I realized that my healing journey started with what I should and shouldn't be eating. And my why at that point was I wanted to heal my body. I wanted to be free from pain. I wanted to get off my medicines, and I wanted to know that I could run around and play with future grandchildren. That was my why, which was a very powerful why in the beginning, but it's not my why as so much now. So my why now has turned into, I want to show God how grateful I am for what He has given me. And I want to take care of my body. I want to be full of longevity and have a vibrant life and enjoy this experience of life that I've been given. So now when I'm placed with choices of something to eat that heals my body, it makes me feel good, it fills me with God's light and His love, as compared to something that makes me sick, causes pain, or something that makes me feel guilty afterwards, eating it. Why did I do that? We beat ourselves up. Then my food choices there's no choice at all. Like, it's just so obvious to me. Why would I do the side that causes all that pain and heartache and misery and disease? So every time that I sit down to a meal, every time that I prepare my menu, I am thinking about foods that heal my body, that free myself from pain and disease. And I want to stay on that path where I don't have to take medications. I'm not a slave to my food. So I want you to really just understand, whether you're a Christian or not, you have to find out who you are. You have to be broken down, to where you truly know who you are, what you're capable of, that you are of great worth. You have a great divine nature within you, and you need to know how true that is and feel that so deep in your heart. And you have to realize that your happiness is not found in your food. A lot of people, just are overwhelmed with changing the way that they eat because they can't give up those foods that they love so much. And if that's true for you, if you feel like your happiness is around the foods that you can or you can't eat, then you're giving your food too much power, because that's not where your happiness lies. It's not in your food. It's in everything else in life that you experience, the people that come into your life, the beauty that is around us, the interactions that we have on a daily basis. So I just want you guys to know that I believe my why now is that God loves me and I want to please Him. And I can show Him how grateful I am for what He has done for me through the way that I take care of my body. And I hope that that emulates, to my family and the people around me, that there's so much joy in this life. And a lot of times the misery and things that we're feeling are created by our own self, our own lack of, understanding truth. So anyway, you guys, I hope that you've been able to hear this. This is my first live video. Hopefully I'll be able to do a lot more, because I want to be able to talk and share with you guys. I know there's lots of questions that I haven't gotten to, that hopefully going live is just easier for me, so that I don't have to worry about recording the video and editing and then uploading and all of that stuff. So anyway, I want you guys to know you're amazing. And if you're starting on your healing journey, it's your first day, you can do it. It's just a meal at a time, one choice at a time. And if you mess up, you get right back on, because each choice that you make that leads to progress is progress, no matter how small you think it is. I've now been doing this for over 3 years, and I never would have thought that I would have made it this far, or all the things that I have learned, just so much knowledge and wisdom that I've received during this, that you can too. So start somewhere. Even if it's just breakfast, start with breakfast. One thing, and you can do it. So there it is, you guys. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you later.